Should you pay off debt first or start investing? Build an emergency fund or max out a Roth IRA? Contribute to your 401k or open an HSA? Almost nobody tells you the order to do these things in. They just throw all the advice at you at once. And you're left guessing which piece matters most right now with the money you actually have. So today, one video, top to bottom, the exact order of operations for your money. This is the step-by-step sequence financial planners actually recommend, and if you follow it in order, every dollar you have is working as hard as it possibly can. Step 1. Stop the bleeding and build a small starter emergency fund. Before anything else, get $1,000 to $2,000 sitting in a savings account, untouched. Here's why this comes first, before debt payoff and before investing. Without this cushion, the very next surprise expense, a car repair, a medical bill, goes straight onto a credit card. And credit card debt is brutal. A $3,000 balance at 22% interest, paid down slowly, can end up costing you thousands more in interest than the original charge. This starter fund exists purely to stop new high-interest debt from happening while you work on everything else. Step 2. Capture your full employer 401k match, if you have one. This is the only step in this entire list that's free money, and it comes before debt payoff, before your emergency fund, before anything else. Because no investment return anywhere beats an instant 50% or 100% match. If your employer matches 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your salary, and you contribute that 6%, you get free money added directly to your account. Over a career, employer match contributions alone, left invested for decades, can grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you're not contributing enough to get your full match, fix that this week. Everything else in this video matters less than this one step. Step 3. Attack high-interest debt, generally anything above 7 or 8% interest, which usually means credit cards and some personal loans. Use the avalanche method. List every debt and throw every extra dollar at whichever one has the highest interest rate, while paying minimums on the rest. Mathematically, this guarantees you pay the least amount of interest possible. The reasoning here is simple. Guaranteed high-interest debt is a worse deal than almost any investment return you could realistically expect, so eliminating it first is close to a guaranteed win. Step 4. Finish building your full emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses kept in a high-yield savings account, not the stock market. Right now, the difference between a typical savings account and a good high-yield one is roughly 0.6% versus 4% APY. On $15,000 over 5 years, that's a difference of nearly $3,000 in extra interest, just for picking a better bank. This fund protects everything you build in the following steps from ever being interrupted by a life emergency. Step 5. Max out a health savings account, if you're eligible, meaning you're enrolled in a high-deductible health plan. This is the single most tax-advantaged account that exists. Contributions are pre-tax, growth is tax-free, and withdrawals for medical expenses are tax-free too. For 2026, you can contribute up to $4,400 for individual coverage or $8,750 for family coverage. If you don't need the money for medical costs right now, you can invest it and let it grow for decades. Then reimburse yourself tax-free anytime in the future using old receipts. Step 6. Max out a Roth IRA. For 2026, that's $7,500 a year, or $8,600 if you're 50 or older, as long as your income falls under the limit, $168,000 for single filers, $252,000 for married couples filing jointly. You contribute money you've already paid tax on, and in exchange, decades of growth and every future withdrawal come out completely tax-free. For most people early in their careers, sitting in a lower tax bracket than they'll likely be in later, this is one of the most powerful accounts available. Step 7. Go back and max out your 401k the rest of the way, up to the full $24,500 limit for 2026. You already grabbed the free match back in Step 2. Now you're adding more of your own money into that same tax-advantaged pre-tax bucket. Step 8. Everything beyond this point is about extra goals. If you've made it through steps 1 to 7, you're already ahead of the vast majority of people. From here, extra money can go toward a taxable brokerage account. The same simple, low-cost index fund approach as your retirement accounts, just without the tax advantages, so you have access to it before retirement age. It can go toward paying off remaining lower interest debt, like a mortgage or student loans, faster than required. And if you have kids, it can go toward accounts built for them, like a 529 college savings plan or a Trump account, which gets seeded with a free $1,000 from the federal government for kids born between 2025 and 2028 and can be contributed to by family every year after that. Let's put a number on why this order matters. Say someone follows this exact sequence and ends up investing a combined $1,000 a month across their 401k, HSA, and Roth IRA, starting at 25 all the way to 65, 40 years, at a historical average return of around 8%. That grows to roughly $3.49 million, built from about $480,000 of their own contributions, plus employer match money along the way. That's the entire point of putting these steps in the right order. Every single dollar is doing the most valuable job available to it, in sequence, instead of getting scattered randomly across debt, savings, and investing with no real strategy behind it. Before we wrap up, let's cover the most common ways people accidentally break this order, because the sequence only works if you actually follow it. The biggest one, investing before capturing the employer match or before handling high-interest debt. It feels productive to open a brokerage account and start buying index funds. But if you're carrying a credit card at 22% interest while your money sits in the market hoping for an 8% return, you're guaranteed to lose that math every time. Pay off the guaranteed expensive debt before chasing the uncertain return. Second mistake, skipping the starter emergency fund because you're excited to attack debt aggressively. Without that $1,000 to $2,000 cushion, the first unexpected expense undoes your progress by putting a brand new balance right back on the card you were just trying to pay off. That small fund isn't optional. It's what protects every step after it. Third mistake, stopping at the free employer match and never coming back for steps 5 through 7. It's easy to get comfortable once you're capturing the match and feel like you're doing enough. But the HSA and Roth IRA in particular offer tax advantages that shrink or disappear if you wait. You can't go back in time and use an unused HSA or Roth contribution limit from a prior year. If you have room in your budget, keep moving down the list. And finally, treating this as all or nothing. You don't need to fully complete one step before ever touching the next. Many people work on their emergency fund and their employer match at the same time, or split extra income between debt payoff and Roth contributions. The order tells you what to prioritize when money is tight, not that you're forbidden from doing anything else in parallel. One important note, this order isn't rigid law. If you have zero employer match, steps 2 and 7 blend together. If you're debt-free already, you skip straight to building your emergency fund and investing. The framework is a default, not a rule book. The goal is simply making sure free money and high-interest debt get handled before anything else, and that tax-advantaged accounts get filled before a regular taxable one. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is for educational purposes only. Contribution limits, interest rates, and tax rules can change, and all growth figures shown are hypothetical projections based on assumed historical returns, not guarantees. Your ideal order may vary based on your specific income, debt, and goals. Consider talking to a financial professional about your situation. If this finally gave you a clear roadmap instead of scattered advice, subscribe. This channel has full breakdowns on every single step in this video, from emergency funds to HSAs to index funds to debt payoff, so you can go deeper on whichever step you're on right now.